Hi, welcome to Crash Course number 4. Kai here, and today we are going to look at the most important tool in CO so far is the Moptimizer. It stands for manual optimizer because it is a very manual way of doing optimizations rather than the more conventional way, like automatic way of doing optimization nowadays. Okay, so once you open it, I suggest you just drag the width for some like this, so that you can have a better view of your target sequence later. So first thing, you have to select your target gene with the button here. Just go into the library. For me, I will show you how to optimize OCVN. O stands for wild type. It's an original cyanovirium gene which have some HIV, anti-HIV properties. And click OK, and it will be load the name here, length, and amino acid length. So next three things to do is to load the tables from the previous analysis which we did in the CAI analyzers. In case you are not familiar with it, you can go to the Crash Course 3 and just revise it. And for our case, I will load the C-Verhati handpick. Is a analysis which I carried out before with handpick method. This is a really nice table to use, and we have been using it in our lab. Okay, so just load those tables, and in codon pair table you can actually show the table with this button. It's not very necessary to look at the data of the table, but in case you need it for like special cases, you can still access the table by clicking this button. And the minimum value here indicates the value that is acceptable for you, because the lowest mark is 0, the higher mark is 1. They are all normalized, so it's between 0 and 1, and the default value is 0.5. This minimum value doesn't have anything to do with the calculations or statistics. It's just a way to show it's a notifications. I will show you in shortly. So after you load every tables and the target genes, first you have to do is generate. Click the generate, and let's try to see how is the original codons doing if it is not optimized, and click OK. Well, this is how the codon usage and the codon pair usage of the target gene if we are to put this wild type CVN sequence into the Chlamydomonas reinhardti chloroplast. So we can see there are a lot of 0 here, and this is not going to be well. 0 indicates 0 occurrence, and is a normalized value, but 0 indicates absolute 0 existence of that codon or codon pair in the host genome, and that is very bad. And basically the ribosome will just slow down like in this black box area, and the expression may not be well on, or there won't even be any expressions due to the extreme starvation of the appropriate tRNA. And the top two bars here, this thing, are the codon pair in, let's say, the ATG and CTT, this methionine and leucine pair. If you look up this, the codon pair index for these two codon pair at this position is 0.67, and for leucine and glycine adjacent to it is 0.12, and so on. It's like, yeah, it's straight down. Compare it, and you can get the codon pair index value. And for the codon adaptation index of each codon is in the middle, this middle bar, and this is the most significant effect, yeah, you have to take care of. And their value is also from 0 to 1, and actually you can get the overall codon adaptation index, like much more like averaged value of the entire target gene up here, as well as the codon pair index, average the codon pair index for the target gene. You can see in this case the original codon adaptation index is extremely not satisfying, and you will expect very low expression, and also from an aspect of codon pair index is only 0.0 something. So there are two little buttons here which are very useful, and if you click on these 4 boxes here, you can get the text representations of each codon adaptation index, and this is extremely useful, whereby you can copy it and paste it into any Excel and start to plot out your own graph, or start to remodify or combine it into different data into a same graph. It's totally up to your imagination. And the next button here is a very small graph like button. You can see it roughly, yeah, but it's a graph. And once you click it, it will show you the graphical representation of your thing on these graphics here. And maybe it's because it's useful, commonly it's more useful for people to visualize their data in a graphic way, let's say line graph. If you find it too short or something, you can actually expand it by increasing the graph width, and or graph height is up to you. And this snapshot buttons is going to take a snapshot of this graphical part of this window only, and they are extremely useful for you to show the data in your publications, or to report in anything else. Also, you can look at the histogram if you like. Okay, so I have just looked at the original codon usage. So what the program able to do is to optimize for you. Here we have all the best. All the best means the CUO is going to pick the best choice codons, let's say the highest score codons in the host genome, to match your each codon here, so that each codon here represent the highest expressed codon in the host genome. This means all the best. And avoid codon repeats mean you avoid the repetition of usage of the same codon for very frequent time and locations, because let's say in this area you can see there are 3 serine continuously used by this short region here, and if you use the same codons over the one specific area continuously, there will be a local starvation of tRNA, and that is not very good as well. Although the codon is the most preferred codon by the host genome, it's still going to be shortage of that tRNA because you deplete it. And the avoid bad codon pairs option here is to take account of the codon pairs as well, while you are optimizing the CAI value of each codons. This because various researchers show that the codon pair also play a very important role in expressions. So in this case, I will just show you like the both, which is usually what I did, and you can see that the program actually just directly optimize everything for you. And after this one, what you can do is actually just look through it, and maybe some part that you are not happy with it, you can actually click on the codon, left click on the codon, and try to shift it to their sibling codon without changing the amino acid sequence. To something that you are more comfortable with. Let's say in my case, I'll just change this part. So it looks much more nicer. It's have higher CI value here, so that you won't get stuck here. It's not very necessary to like modify everything to 1, but yeah, it's a good idea to keep them upon certain value. That's the red, why the red box are there for. So well, I'm done with codon optimizations, and you can see the codon adaptation index in overall is very high. It's close to 1, and column pair index is also very promising. And once you are done, you can actually save the optimized target sequence as any name you like, and then they are going to be saved as another .fna file. You can directly send the .fna file to any synthetic gene company, and they will have your service and give you back synthetic genes that you order with the FNF file. And there are some more functions actually in this Moptimizer. This is a snapshot button to take a picture of this entire graphic panel, and this is detect site functions, which maybe sometime, let's say you want to avoid some sites like resistance sites or some cryptid sites or some ribosome binding sites. Anything that you want to avoid, you can actually try to create it and save it, or you can just directly load from existing database. And yep, in our case we have a bunch of restriction enzyme commonly used one, and I just load everything, and you can click detect sites, and the Moptimizer is going to detect the presence of the sites on your target genes. Let's say there's two allele 1 restriction sites on this target gene, and we don't want it because due to some experimental purpose, so we just click auto eliminate, and the program is going to auto eliminate the, if it's go to 1, you just click again, and the program is going to auto eliminate the site for you without changing the amino acid sequence. You don't even have to manually edit it or something else, just auto eliminate it. Okay, so once you are happy with it, close this one. Oh, by the way, clear here means clear, and load means you load the restriction site or any other site that you want to dictate, and yep, that's it. The tiny thing here is a go functions. It allows you to go to certain sequence. Let's say I want to look at sequence number 300, so it will just directly take you through there. If you hold your mouse long enough on the codons, you can actually see the position of, so the 300 is here. You can actually see the position of the sequence, that particular sequence, and also the amino acid. It's not very obvious and maybe user friendly, but yep, it's what we have now, and yeah, we will keep improving it. So we just done the optimization process, and see you soon on the next episode.